And we're recording. So I wanted to do this video just to capture my journey on TRT. First, I kind of want to say I recently, 7 months ago, moved from California, 0 sea level, to Colorado, mile high, maybe even 6,000 feet, given that I'm in Littleton by the hills. Anyway, I've had a heck of a time acclimating. You get all kinds of variations of people telling you it should take 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, upwards of a year. Well, when I moved here, I started hiking, I started jiu-jitsu, trained probably 4 days a week on average. And as some of you know, jiu-jitsu is both kind of a cardio, calisthenic, almost resistance training type activity. Anyway, I've been doing that now for 7 months, and my fitness has been a really slow ramp. I mean, I'm dying trying to catch my breath, and I feel like I put in 110% at the gym, and maybe getting 10% out of it. Over the course of 7 months, I've only lost 10 pounds. Now I say only, it's not a lot. It's a little more than a pound, obviously, a month. But I started jiu-jitsu weighed in at 250 pounds. Prior to this video, I just weighed myself upstairs, 240.2. So I'm sure some of my buddies at the gym would like it for me to lose a few pounds. But that's actually not my goal. My goal is really just to get in shape and not have to struggle with my recovery. That's kind of was the big sign, right? Being out here, not being able to catch my breath, taking a day or two to recover after every workout. This is just dogging me. So I went to my doctor and said, okay, well, new town, might as well start clean slate. So I had him check, just do kind of across the board blood panels and all the things they do, right? And of course, when all that came back, everything was at the low levels. I mean, like, of all the ranges for hematocrit or testosterone, my testosterone was 295, but everything else was low also, and so kind of was clued in that okay, something's up. So we decided that okay, we'll pursue. First, I checked to make sure my lungs. I had some lung tests, some breathing tests done, make sure I didn't have a problem with my lungs. That came out okay. So then we started TRT. So that was Monday. Today is Wednesday. I went with the compound, the pellets, the compressed pellets. A lot of people talk, you'll hear Testapel as a brand that's out there. I went with a different brand. A couple of reasons that I'll get into. But that was on Monday. And so I took Monday off, no workout. Took Tuesday off, no workout. Today, being Wednesday, was my first day back in the gym. So, as you know, pellets are sort of a surgical procedure, a little incision to start with, but then they drive a large rod down underneath the skin and implant the pellets. Now I went with, I can't remember the name of the brand, I'll probably put it at the top here when I remember the name, but anyway, I went with the brand that were 200 milligram tablets. I got 9 of those tablets injected. So 1,800 milligrams, whatever the right number is. Anyway, got some details about how and why we went with that numbers. We can get back to that. The cost aspect of that, turns out insurance, they have their ranges. They said $295 is not low enough. Whatever. So I figured I'd pay out of my pocket. Well, insurance would only cover the Testapel. Now this is, again, there's other ways of treatment, and you can look up all kinds of videos on those sorts of things. But out here, UC Health, they don't send you home with medicine so you can give injections to yourself. It's a liability in their mind, so I would have had to come into their clinic every 2 weeks to get a shot. I know myself, I ain't gonna do that. I won't be regular, I'll miss it, blah, 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 right? So the option of putting the tablets in was a good option. And of course we looked into Testapel, which the insurance theoretically could have covered. Turns out they only cover 6 of their pellets. Testapel pellets are like a piece of grain of rice, and they're only 75 milligrams each. They cost $250 a grain, and the insurance would only cover 6 of them. I think they said I would need like 14 or 20 of these things, whatever that math works out to be. So it still would have costed me a bundle, even with insurance. So we went with this other brand, and 9 tablets, last 6 months for $750. So just a little over $100 a month, really, is what it works out to be. So I can afford that. That seemed reasonable to me. The incision part, like I said, happened on Monday. It's pretty sore. That happened at 10 o'clock in the morning. By 5 p.m., pretty good Charlie horse feel. Pretty good. Like, didn't want to sit on that butt cheek. And I was putting an ice pack in my back pocket for the rest of the day. Took a bunch of Tylenol, slept on my left side. Tuesday, no ice pack. Sort of that butt cheek area, the pain got a little bit more localized. Didn't have to really take, just getting like a bad Charlie horse. Now, again, when they put those pills in underneath the skin, so the incision's one pain, but where those tablets are, that's where the sore Charlie horse feeling is. By today, in the morning, went to jiu-jitsu, started jiu-jitsu at 6 o'clock-ish. So by then, I would say the pain was less than a hockey puck in terms of the area where the incision and the pellets were. But once I got rolling, probably the adrenaline kicked in, and I didn't really even notice it. So pretty good workout. And my professor asked if it was working. I couldn't tell if it was the adrenaline or not, but truth is, after 2 hours of rolling and class, I need to come home and chill and lay down and relax and eat some food, and then I need another day to recover. Could be placebo effect because I'm feeling pretty good. Shoulders aren't hurting. Hungry, but the doc said I might start to feel the effects after about 3 days. Now her goal was to get me from 295. She wants to put me somewhere in the range of 700 to 1,000. Being larger, I weigh 240 pounds, and they kind of do the math based on your BMI, but in this case, they just kind of looked me over. It's at 240 pounds, 6'1"ish. She's put in the 1,800 milligrams of the test. It's not Testapel, but the TRT. Now, in this particular brand, the tablets are an identical molecule to what the body produces, whereas the Cypionate or I think that's what it's called, the juice you give yourself in a shot, is a synthetic version. Both seem to work, both from what I've done the research. I didn't really see any negative downsides to the tablets. Even some people complain that, well, you can't adjust it. Like, what if they don't put enough in? Well, my doctor still add some tablets. Obviously not to the same site, someplace else, but she can ramp it up. Now, you don't ramp down, but there's no real concern in her mind for a guy my size, active, that she's put in too little. In fact, active people will have a higher burn rate. So her plan will be to check me in a month to see that I've ramped up, tried to get me in that optimal range, 700 to 1,000, and then in 5 months to see if my burn rate is burning through these tablets faster or slower or whatever right number is. If I've gone through them fast, she'll put the tablets in the 5-month mark, and then we'll manage the dose that way. Anyway, like I said, my goal is fitness, getting in shape. Don't really care whether I lose weight. Like I said, I'm sure my buddies at the gym would appreciate me putting them inside control weighing a little bit less, but shit happens. Anyway, so I'll do a before and after picture and show it. Not the sexiest person on the planet, but we'll see what the gut is, because theoretically, as the videos and the doctors that you see on YouTube tell you, there'll be some fat loss. With that fat loss will come an increase in estrogen, because apparently men generate estrogen in their belly fat. So at that month mark, she'll be testing my estrogen. So if those things are sort of balancing out, then I'll go on. There's a medication, it's probably a common medication out there to kind of block the estrogen and allow the TRT, the testosterone, to do its thing. So this is just the first. Let's see. I hit you with cost. Told you my application, pellets. A little tip when you go into the doctor's office. It took maybe 15 minutes, not even, to actually do the procedure. I ask a lot of questions. Engineer. I like to know how things work. The worst part about it was the Novocaine. Probably not Novocaine. It's probably lidocaine or some other variant of that. But they got to shoot up your butt cheek, slice you open, put the tube in, put the pellets in, pull the tube out. They just they don't staple it. They glue it shut with a, what do you call that? Like a butterfly thing. And they put a gauze and some waterproof patch over it so you can take showers. Walking out of there, it's like you're overdosing on caffeine. Don't freak out. That's all it is. Your body's just processing that Novocaine stuff. It's not a reaction to the TRT. Well, wasn't in my case, right? Walking out, I felt like I had like 9 shots of espresso. But I just talked myself through it. Figured, okay, this feels just like coffee, so not having a heart attack. The heart wasn't racing. Just felt weird. After about an hour, hour and a half, the jitters went away, and it was gone. So it was a little different. It was a little freaky at first, but nothing to worry about, Let's see. There was a guy, I watched his video. He was very critical of tablets. But, I watched his whole video, and never once did he reference the fact that he tried it. So I'm guessing he's just a proponent of the injections, and just decided to sell you off on tablets, whatever. Let's see. So, like I said, it's the third day. The areas of soreness, I feel pretty good, recovered. So that's it for today, I guess. Saying a couple of ums, aren't I? I have to clean that up. Anyway, more to come.